Course 1, Lesson 27 is all about everyone's favorite shape, the circle. And with circles, we gotta know how to measure them, the different parts of a circle, and maybe even draw them ourselves with that compass that you've been waiting to break out from the old desk, huh? There's several ways to measure a circle. You can talk about the distance around. That's called the circumference. Have you heard that term? I hope so. If you've got math notes, like lined paper in your math binder, right just kind of at the top, lesson, maybe LS, lesson 27. And then let's get our terms going. Circumference. Check your spelling, I just did. And then you're going to put distance around a circle. And I'm not going to take the time to do this over and over, but you see what I'm doing, right? That's the first line. Next line we make a little shorthand, diameter, and so on. You're writing the terms because they are very important. And if you want to get ahead of the game, you could already start to write some formulas if you know them. Circumference is diameter times pi. Have you ever seen the pi symbol? Looks like that, which means 3.14. Pi is worth 3 and 14/100 rounded. Diameter is 2 radius, which means that circumference could also be shown as pi 2r. Area of a circle is, it's radius squared times pi. I just did that all from my head. Hopefully I'm all good. Now what do we call the distance across instead of around? That's why I love having this PDF version of the book so I can just point and not have to draw crude versions of all of this. Distance across from one end to another is the diameter. Okay, think of you're in a big hot tub that's circular size. You just go from one side to another right across the center. That's key because these are called chords. If you go like that or go like this, if it's not through the center of the circle, then they don't count as diameters. Quick with radius, the only things I'll say is it looks kind of like a ray because it's only from the middle to the edge, right? Think of radius, it's half the diameter. Okay, radius is worth half the diameter. How are we doing? How about what do I call 2 radius? Radii. The plural of radius is radii, spelled with 2 I's. You don't see the I's next to each other like that very often, do you? There's a first for your day. Now you're feeling accomplished. Have you seen this compass before? Do you have one in your desk? Why don't you find it now? Press pause and bring it back out when you're ready. All right, you've got your compass. You've got some plain paper because we're going to do now a little activity. Might need your ruler too. To use a compass, we select a radius and a center point on our paper. So you pull your ruler, your compass apart, the measure of your radius, because this is going to actually end up circling around from the end point, which I'm going to guess is right here. And then you're going to circle all the way around. Horrible circle there. Yours is going to look nice because you're using it, not just freehanding like me. This is where your pencil is, stuck in the end, like a little mini golf-looking pencil. And so if I do that, that's why you can see this opening is just the radius, because it's going to go all the way around and it's going to be another side to it. Okay, so pull that apart, and if it doesn't measure it on the compass itself, then pull it apart and put it up next to your ruler like that. Let's say we're going for a 1.5 inch radius. Okay, that's going to be your radius, and then it's going to circle all the way around, and it's going to be a true radius. All right, so a couple things to keep in mind. We use the length of a radius instead of a diameter to draw a circle because of the way that the compass opens. It shows you 3 choices. Make sure you're measuring in centimeters on this one. Diameter on the letter A will end up being what? 4. Concentric circles means you're going to make another circle that might be bigger or smaller but start at the same center. A bullseye target is really what you end up making. So another way to think of a perimeter of a circle is its circumference, and there's really no lesson practice to do for today. Just make sure you've asked any questions about circles that you are wondering. Thank you.